Welcome back to Grow to Eat, our acre in the fens in the east of England. It's been a little while since I've been able to get a video out, but I thought we'd start with a plot tour. This was taken in Easter. That was the last time it rained here, and it's now the very end of April. We're going to start with the vegetable area and then move down to the fruit area of our 1 acre plot. Easter Sunday, just after it's rained. So the first square with its autumn onions and garlic. The carrot seed tape row, some leeks and 3 rows of onions from seed. Second square bed, beetroot and parsnips from seed tape. They're looking damp this morning, but then they were hosed late last night and then it rained about midnight. The brassica bed with a mix of cauliflower, early cabbage and broccoli. To check that. Spring broad beans that grown over the winter. This bed is still empty, but will be for the sweet corn, but edged with 1 extra row of potatoes, just in case, given the food crisis predictions. The potato bed, which is bed number 1, 2, 3, 4, is 4 rows. It's dried out between dawn and 9:30. And this was the last bed we rotivated. And in progress on the fruit. These are the red gooseberries, a dessert. They've greened up nicely, and if we can get right in there, just beginning to flower. And there are plenty of early bees looking for those already. The 4 blackcurrant bushes, which were well 5 years old. As I say, we took a while to realise the deer would eat them and took off a lot of branches, but they are quite well established now. The 1 green gooseberry bush and the thornless blackberry. As anybody who's ever grown one of these knows, is very, very vigorous. But I think I've got it tidy this year, and I've kept it tied more or less along. Making really, really fast progress now. And at the end of this bed are the 2 rhubarbs. Now we had several good feeds off these, then there was no rain, so they died back a bit, but I think by the middle of the week we'll be back to rhubarb puddings. And a quick review of the fruit trees. There are 2 damsons that had a fair amount of flower, but it was cold, so I'm not sure whether we will get much fruit from that flowering. And moving over, there are 2 pairs. This is the comets, and that did have some nice flowers. And next to it is a conference. No, I think it's a William. Again, nice flowers. Not great croppers so far, 5 years old. Struggled a bit. Moving down and we'll find out what trees these are. There's some apple blossom about to come out. I think this is the Spartan. This is James Grieve, and that has a lot of flower on it, but it's very short. Not sure what happened to that one. These are the 2 Victoria plums. Quite a vigorous tree. Never had a great deal, but it has got quite a bit of blossom coming. And the other one's about the same. Must be on very short root stock because they're very quite low. Looking very nice. And these are the Bramleys. So all this orchard was put in about 5 years ago. We'll get a few Bramleys, and let's say we have a heavy crop. And you can see how clear the air is because we have lichen on the trees. Not a great deal of blossom on that one. I'm not sure whether we'll get anything. It's an orange. It was a tree we had in a garden back in the 1970s, and we loved it and specifically wanted 2 of these, and though they're vigorous so far, oh, there is a bit of blossom up there, we haven't had anything from them. And the last fruit are 3 cordon apples grown along this fence area. This one's not looking too bad. I think my husband's done a really good job on the pruning of that. And I think the battery's about to go flat. These are only 2 years old. With some nice cows. Quite a bit of blossom on that one. I think one of them might be a Katie. And that's the end of the garden tour. Time to stop wandering around and to get on with some practical tasks. This week it's all been about the peas and the beans. Financially, it's probably easier to buy frozen peas, but there is nothing quite like the taste of freshly picked. Our choice this year are early onward. They're a wrinkled variety for slightly earlier cropping. We always give them a little soak if we're going to sow direct. Form 2 drills of fairly flat nature and then scatter the peas. It really is better to do this when you can get a good lot of water on them though. Gently rake over a covering and mark carefully where you think they're going to come up. And you do have to avoid birds and mice moving them about sometimes. I've scattered some twigs across the top to stop the pheasants digging them up. Meanwhile, we've grown some in the greenhouse ready as plants to supplement that row. For beans, we've gone for a French climbing bean and a runner bean along. We start the beans off indoors in cell packs. Nothing like watching them unfold and pop up, and that can happen within a day. Once they're fully out with good leaves, we put them out under cover to harden off before even thinking about putting them out. To prepare the ground, it's been rotivated and raked. and then a trench was put in for one side and filled with compost, and repeated about 2 feet away so that you have 2 trenches in parallel. Then comes the game. Collect up as many long canes or woody that you've got and try and make 2 parallel rows of pears, and then these are tied together at the top. We recommend jute string as this has a slightly more grip. Probably not a good idea to do this on a windy day, and I think we actually finished it the next day when the wind had died down. A cane is put along the top to strengthen the joint and join it all together with even more string. This is where we call my husband a clanger. He's a soup string mess. Anyway, it all got too dry and windy to plant, so I went off to pick some food for lunch. Things are starting to grow, especially the asparagus, and we've had more than our fair share of lunches from these. We only have 5 plants. There's a little bit of sprouting broccoli to be had, and in the polytunnel 1 or 2 lettuces are just about big enough for me to take some leaves off the side. They'll carry on growing. And we have a few rows of early sown radishes, just very short, only 2 or 3 feet long. And by picking these early, there's a little bit of flea beetle damage on these, but nothing to worry about. So here's lunch for one day, a rather nice flan, and another day. These videos may be delayed a bit, but thank you for watching, and please give me some feedback. Meanwhile, I'm off to make scrubs